Hi folks, Slavik Boyechko here with Tuts Plus, and in this lesson we are going to learn the primary tools that you'll be using when you're editing in Final Cut Pro 10. These are the bread and butter tools of editing video in Final Cut Pro 10. So let's begin. Now in Final Cut Pro 10 you can toggle between tools within the menu, within the layout, or I would recommend to pick up as many keyboard shortcuts as you can along the way. Here's where we're going to begin. Let's start with the hand tool. The hand tool allows us to scroll within a project left and right and up and down. Now if you have a magic mouse, again you can do this just within one finger on the mouse. The zoom tool pretty much does what you think it does. It zooms in and out of the project. So we can select a certain part of the project and we can zoom right into that portion. The other way to zoom is over here. We can scroll left and right to extend our project or to decrease the size of it on our screen. What I would recommend is for you to memorize Command minus and Command plus on your keyboard. Here's Command minus, Command plus. Essentially, it just zooms in and out for you, and then you can use your mouse to scroll within it. The other part here that's really important is the clip height. Or whether we see more of the image or the audio within our clip preview. For example, this option would be really good when we are in the audio editing portion of our video. Now we can really see our audio. This is a pretty good mix right here. The next tool is Blade. Blade is one of the most important tools in your tool belt. The shortcut for Blade is B. Anytime you want to select the Blade tool, you can go up here and select Blade, or you can just press B. Now we can go to any clip and make a cut right in the middle of it. So let's say we feel like this drone shot is a little bit too long and we want to cut somewhere right around here. I'll just go ahead and click on my mouse, and you'll see there's now a cut. If I accidentally made a blade where I didn't want one, and I haven't made any changes to the clips yet, I can select both clips, go up to the menu, trim, and then join clips. And now we're back to where we started. There's a few other ways that you can blade. You can move your playhead to where you want to create a blade, and then Command B. I'll show you that again here. I can just, on my keyboard, I can type Command B, and it makes a cut right where the playhead was. And if you have a few different clips stacked and you want to blade through all of them, for example, if I have a few clips here and I want to trim everything to the left of the playhead, I can use a keyboard shortcut Shift Command B, and it'll blade all the way down the line. Now I can select everything before that and delete. I'm going to undo that. Range selection is a really useful tool we'll show you later for audio editing, but for now you can use it for copying and pasting certain portions of clips. So you select the range editing tool and part of the clip that you want to copy, Command C, Command V, and there you have it. We'll go into it again with the audio editing options, but range selection, what it does is makes it so that you can edit audio a lot easier. Position, I don't use that much, but if you want to move any clip outside of the rules of the magnetic timeline, you can click on a clip and just move it anywhere, and it'll just replace whatever's in its path. It is nice sometimes if you just want to move something to the very end of your project to set it aside for a minute. You can use the position tool and just move it all the way to the right, and it'll create any kind of gap before it. The trim tool allows us to trim within the duration of a clip that we've already selected. In other editors, this is called slip editing. So if I like the duration of this beginning drone clip, but I want it to start and end a little bit differently, I can place my mouse somewhere in the center of the clip here and drag left or right. You see in the preview pane the new beginning and ending of a clip to the right. And the trim tool you can select by pressing T. B for blade. And finally, A for select. And the select tool does a lot of things actually. Let's zoom in a little bit. Do Command plus. And let's increase the clip height. You'll see now, depending on where your mouse is located within a clip, the select tool does different things. If the mouse is located somewhere in the top portion of the clip, it becomes a tool that allows you to trim the ends of a clip rather than within it. If you move the mouse a little bit lower here, right where the audio portion starts, you can quickly fade in and fade out a clip. And if you move your mouse onto the level line of the audio, you can adjust the level of that particular clip's audio. So let's zoom out and make the clips a little bit shorter. And now we have a few other tools that we use pretty regularly when we're editing. The first is called snapping. You'll see here, there's a snapping tool. Or you can use the keyboard shortcut N. Without snapping, if we wanted to move a particular clip and we wanted to start where another clip started, we would have to do a lot of guessing. Or we'd have to zoom in and move a clip to where we think the clip below begins and ends. With snapping, it takes the guesswork out of that. We turn on snapping, and now we can move, and you see there's a line right here in the left that turns on, which means that we're right where we need to be. And it's same thing with trimming. The line turns on. The other option that we use pretty regularly is to toggle video and audio skimming. Right here. Or the keyboard shortcut S. Now we can move our mouse and you can see that the video preview skims through. If we turn it off, we have to move our playhead. There's one option where we can leave global skimming off but clip skimming on, which means that up here our mouse won't do anything. But within the clip, when our mouse is right over a clip, it does skim in the preview. So S turns that on or off globally. And you can also toggle the audio skimming option so you hear or you don't hear the audio portion of the clip. And lastly, one of the tools that I use pretty regularly is the clip hide tool. If we don't want to particularly delete a clip, but we want to see what the video will look like without it, we can select the video and just press V. And that just hides the clip and the audio from playing. So let's zoom out. Now if we have a clip over here, and I want to play around with going to this shot early on in this drone introduction, I can just press V to hide it. Well, there you have it. Those are the tools that we use pretty regularly. For the most part, you'll be toggling between Select, A, trim T, blade B. You'll be zooming in and out. You'll be scrolling left and right within the project, and you'll be toggling snapping, or N, and skimming, or S. Those tools you'll be using pretty regularly, so I recommend you memorize the keyboard shortcuts. In the next lesson, we'll see how we can churn our free-floating B-roll clips and turn them into secondary storylines that are also magnetic, as well as take a lot of our clips in the project and compress them into a single compound clip so that it's easier to visually edit our project.